let's talk about it. So yesterday, there was some rumblings over the weekend that there was something that was going on regarding Josh Jacobs. And yesterday he turned himself into the police, so into Hobart Lawrence PD. He faces. Are you pulling it up right there? Hold on. Do you have the list? I think it's like Pelissero who had up there. A bunch of them tweeted
the charges.
Yeah, there you go. So
nice and blurry for you.
Yeah, nice and blurry. There you go. Yeah, that's a whole different. So one of the things that he is facing is a felony charge. So there's a few other charges. Again, he turned himself in yesterday. Through a statement through his lawyers, he's denied everything. But it's battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, domestic abuse. He had the intimidation of a victim. And here's the felony is the strangulation and suffocation. So just at a glance, holy God, not good. Awful. Obviously, anytime like these kind of stories come out, and they unfortunately do happen way too often, right? It's like, okay, first thinking about the victim and how awful this is because the act is awful. It's very easy not to strangle people. Don't strangle people. There's your PSA for the day. And two, now it's going to be, all right, well, now we have to let this play out. Because if this is true, right, his lawyers have denied everything. The Packers put out a statement saying, hey, this is an ongoing legal situation. We're just going to kind of let it play out. We are aware of it, just very boilerplate stuff. If this winds up being true, then Josh Jacobs may never play football again.
Yeah.
So that's like secondary, right? Like the football thing. This, just as a fan of the Packers and a fan of like Josh Jacobs, holy God, man, did not see anything like this even stemming from him of like being a kid. This is not fun. This sucks, man.
Yeah. It's a shitty situation. And I think like, this is a good thread on it. I think kind of breaking down like all the different things that could play out. Where was it here? This is the thing. Like Josh Jacobs' attorney, and what they point out here is they have important evidence that is not yet made public. We don't know what that is. We don't know if that's real. Like,
sure.
But if Josh Jacobs and his attorney have evidence that can prove his innocence, then that's what we're waiting to see in this situation, if we get to see it.
Sure.
Because the other thing it points out, there weren't any witnesses. It's just Josh Jacobs and the alleged victim at this point. And, those two things, those are really the only details we kind of have at this point, other than the police report. And this came out yesterday, and there has not been any new information that I have seen yet. So there's just a lot of questions around the situation.
Well, because it happened, I think they said the 23rd, right?
Yeah,
so it happened
over the weekend.
Over the weekend, right? He turned himself in yesterday. And again, like, we do have to just let it play out, which is very difficult in 2026, right? Because, dude, we're like, when I saw that, it was, this looks awful. The optics of this are absolutely terrible, right? Yeah. So it's a matter of, all right, legality, gotta let that play out, and the Packers are going to let it play out as well, right? He winds up getting convicted. That's a whole different story. And the Packers don't have to do anything right this second either, because they're letting this play out. Now, I will say, just as a Packers fan who have been watching the Packers for quite some time, this is like the Packers have gone above and beyond in the past to be like, hey, we won't draft a guy who like even has like remote like character questions or character anything in the past. Like even when they signed McManus, man, like that was like like even from the fan base, but it was like, this is a little surprising just because they had some stuff in the past and allegations. And then with this, the Packers like number one thing is they do not want to be embarrassed and they do not want to have negative press. And this it does not look good. So they'll let it play out, and let the law do its thing. But just the optics of seeing that. Man. So
for a team that doesn't want to be embarrassed, they've really done a bad job of that in the playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers is so much better than John Elway. Like it's not even close. Like not even
Oh,
not even remotely close.
And here's the thing. Like, we just watched a similar thing play out with Stephon Diggs, where I believe he was accused of strangulation.
Yeah.
Right. Same accusation. And it took months for that to play out.
Yes.
It went to court, and then he was acquitted of all those charges on May 5th. So very recent. And so it's just one of those things you have to wait for. And it sucks because I've covered enough of these in videos where I've made the mistake of assuming something about any of these situations and been wrong. So I don't know.
You bring up a great
horrible if it's true. You hope it's not.
Right. Because like if it's true, then it's like, okay, if it's true, this is not even a conversation, right? Like, you might also be facing prison time, and I'm so sorry to the victim this happened. But again, it's like you said, there was the Stephon Diggs thing where when that first came out, it was like, oh, this looks awful.
Yeah.
And then court played out.
And it's possibly a reason the Patriots didn't bring Diggs back, because that was still pending, that whole case.
Not Herbert. I don't think Herbert has a ton to prove. Just stay alive behind that offensive line. Yeah, I think, dude, like, because the football element of it, right? Because a lot of Packers fans reached out yesterday, like, okay, like, what does this mean about the Packers? And it's like, all right, well, speaking strictly just on the football, Marshawn Lloyd is running back one, maybe, and he's taken like 2 snaps. We still don't know if Marshawn Lloyd is real. I'm pretty sure he's real. We don't fully know. I'm just making the argument. I think Chris Brooks still on the team, but yeah, it's I gotta be honest, I didn't even think of that to be honest, of like, hey,
your running back depth is
the depth chart after hearing this news. But yeah, man, I don't know how this is even going to play out, because this is probably going to take, because the Stephon Diggs stuff, when did that first get announced? Like with the charges?
That was like during last season.
Right? So it took months and months for it to eventually play out. So like, I don't know, because it's before the season, I don't know if it's going to happen quicker. I don't know if it's going to be expedited. I don't know. Yeah. And the Packers are just going to kind of wait and see, as they said in their statement, because I think that's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, and the NFL can wait for this to play out, or the NFL can do its own investigation now. They could use the commissioner's exempt list while this plays out. Yes. There's just a lot of unknowns at this point and how they'll proceed.
Yeah. Because sorry. If Josh Jacobs misses time, Green Bay's got to look at some of the free agent running backs available, you would imagine. Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders, Antonio Gibson, Austin Eckler, Chase Edmonds. Any of those guys, who you taking? I guess they probably take Najee Harris. I'm not.
If he was healthy, that'd be an easy choice, but
I'd love to take Nick Chubb. I just like that'd be nice. I like Nick Chubb. Now, he had a few nice running games with the Texans.
They've also pointed out James Conner or Trey Benson you could trade for with Arizona. And then there's another Josh in the news for the Packers, and that's one Josh Sweat. Tom,
sure.
You think there's any truth to the Packers looking into Josh Sweat for a trade to bolster your edge?
I think it's
lukewarm.
Yeah, I feel like the connections are just being made because of Gannon. I don't know if there's
LaFleur's, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if there's actual, because I'm like scared that he's gonna go to like the Bears or something. Because if the Cardinals are like just gonna be like, all right, we're gonna start trading away guys. I mean, I'd be very happy to get Sweat. Don't get me wrong, like, because he had 9 sacks with the Cardinals last season.
He had 12 last year.
12? Damn. Okay, there you go. He had double digits. So.
Oh yeah, get him right now.
Yeah, I'd be okay. I mean, listen, I'm not going to cry, but I just don't know if they have the capital for it, right? Because I would imagine the Cardinals are going to want a first rounder, and we don't have a first rounder next year because you already traded away for Parsons.
So I really don't know what his market is.